Back here at Skydome, they're looking up to the dome. That's because some guy has just launched himself from a bungee cord. Now, this was Dan Ketley in his younger days, right? What is he doing?
I think that was yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Well, he's now this. Oh, he's throwing things into the crowd. There you go. Now, I want to know who's holding that cord. They got somebody. Oh, they have it pulleyed up to the side there. If you're in a hotel room here at the Skydome Hotel, you got a great view of this. And I understand that gentleman, is this true? He's from the Toronto Police Department Emergency Task Force.
Yeah, like what's his chances of getting arrested?
He looked like an extra in that movie. What's the movie? Jean-Claude Van Damme. What's the movie they had at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh? Hanging there for the roof. That was a good job. I wouldn't want that job. Now back to the job at hand. Oh, football on the 32-yard line. The funniest part was all the Rough Rider players looking up as if to say, who the heck is this guy? Completion by David Archer, short of the first down. Lee Knight coming out of the backfield. Oh, let's look again. That's Ellington. Ellington, number 85, James Ellington. And it's close enough they're going to measure.
Yeah, I think, you mentioned that the guys up on the field taking a look at this guy dropping down, and they're trying to figure out, like, who's running the show here? Who do these people pay to come see play? At least they say, let's get this over with. We're trying to get out here and try to play. Do your stunt, and then get off the field so we can continue. That's short.
Well, again, about a chain link short, so free play for Archer in theory, but when you're down 27-4, I don't think there is any such thing as a free play. You just got to go for it on every down. Second and inches for the record. Archer keeps the drive going. Bob Waldrop in there on the hit. And there's a look at Hess. Number 80 for the Ottawa Rough Riders, Bill Hess. Sure-handed slot back. He had the dropsies early in this game.
Drop one pass in a crucial situation, which would have kept a drive alive, and no telling what would have happened there. But because David Archer in this offense was really moving in the second quarter.
Archer from the gun has a receiver wide open. That receiver is Johnson Joseph in the left flat. He'll pick up the first down here. The center field stripe. Official will place it at center. First and 10 Ottawa. In case you're thinking that there's not enough time, that's what BC thought last week too. Got burned.
David Archer has a tremendous amount of competitive blood in him. He's not going to give up for anybody, and he's going to get you down there and make you be respectable.
And here is Archer over the middle to James Ellington again for another first down. 35 to the 34-yard line. First and 10 Ottawa.
Ellington was the guy that had been with Ottawa for a significant amount of his career, was released early part of this year and then re-signed by Ottawa out of public demand at some point.
Really?
Yeah, they thought this guy was great, but then they got a couple of guys hurt in camp and they did need him also.
Archer with a little dump pass to Reggie Barnes inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Gain of about 5. It'll bring up a 2nd and 5.
Concerned look on John Payne's face.
23-point margin to try and make up in about 11 minutes of playing time for the Ottawa Rough Riders. Archer again wide open. This time to Hess. Hess should have the first down inside the 25 to the 24. Forward progress should put him there. Helping to bring him down was Reggie Gibbons, number 38. And again, it's another measurement situation.
Take a look as Hess comes off the line. Just going to slide underneath the zone. Find the open area. David Archer dumps it to him quickly. Number 38, that's Reggie Gibbons at about 225 pounds. Has a hold of Hess at about 170 pounds. He's able to throw him back. But he's still, not before he gets the first down.
And an injured Ottawa Rough Rider kneeling down about the Toronto 7-yard line. We're trying to make sure who the number is. We believe that's James Ellington, who's caught a couple of passes on this drive, number 85. And it is Ellington.
Looks like he's having a little problem with his hamstring.
Well, the weather is warm, so So you wouldn't. Hamstring is the type of thing you would think would happen mostly in cold weather. But remember, this is AstroTurf. Different parts of the turf cling to your body different ways, and sometimes a little innocent move can pull a hammy. In fact, all the fields in the CFL, except now for Edmonton, you were telling me, are AstroTurf.
They are. Edmonton is the only grass field that's left. There used to be grass fields in Saskatchewan, Winnipeg. Commonwealth Stadium is one of the best in North America.
Oh, it's tremendous. It's got to prolong your career playing on natural grass there, too, I would think. Archer gets away from the first wave, can't get away from the second. Great play that time by Andrew Stewart. He missed him the first time, got back up off the turf, and got him again.
Take a look at Stewart right in the middle. Just a straight bull rush right up over Monroe. Slides down, knocks Jovanovic away, gets down on the turf, and then comes back. David Archer, if I missed him the first time, just wait around for the bus. He's going to come back. I'll get on it again.
Key play here for the Rough Riders. Second down at 16. Fifth time Archer's been sacked tonight. Out of the backfield of Barnes. Should be well short of the first. Breaks a tackle, though. Nice move by Reggie Barnes, bringing him down for Toronto. Adrian Smith inside the 20. So it's third down and 6, but it's doable.
Shotgun formation. Again, second and long. Toronto's going to play the zone, force them to throw everything up in front of them. Now you've got to come up and make a tackle. Donnie Wilson misses. Great leg strength and power by Reggie Barnes enables him to almost break away, but he picks up an additional 4 or 5 extra yards.
Big play here for the Riders. Third down and 6. They're not going to print a field goal here. They want the touchdown. Need 6 yards to keep the drive alive. And Archer doesn't have the arm strength to get it out there to Johnson Joseph. He was wide open at the 15. And the ball just didn't get there in time.
Take the chest. You can see David Archer patting his chest right there. And he said, that's my bad. That's my bad. As soon as I saw Joseph make that cut out there, he's standing out there waiting for me. Look at the top of your screen. Number 13. You're going to run it in. 13 standing out there all by himself. David Archer was late getting that, late recognizing it, and he's the first one to admit, that's my fault.
Well, Archer all those years in the NFL, but this is a different game up here, and it's going to take him time, I think, really to absorb what's going on out there.
Well, I really think he has. To tell you the truth, Tom, I'd say he's been with San Antonio. He was with Sacramento in the first year. With San Antonio, his first year, he throws for 6,000 yards up here. That tells you something. He must be some kind of a sponge that absorbing the idea and the philosophy and the defensive techniques that are up here.
As soon as I said Archer having a conference on the Ottawa Rough Rider bench, and as you pointed out, Archer not new to the CFL, new to the Ottawa Rough Rider.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what has happened here again with Archer being new to the Ottawa Rough Rider, but now with a new head coach, and John, he has more opportunity to make an input into running the kind of offense that best suits him and the personnel around him.
So on downs, the Toronto Argonauts take over. They have a 23-point lead with 8:49 to go here at Skydome. Argos are 2-1 on the year. Both Twins, though, coming on the road, losing their only home game so far before this game to the Hamilton Tiger Cats. That had to hurt. Hamilton right down the road, about an hour away. Cats 3-0 after 3 weeks of the season. Pinball Clemens, the handoff up the middle. He stopped up at the 25-yard line. DeLon Fowler in the tackle.
That is the first time that Michael has gotten his hands on the ball other than a punt return or a kickoff return.
He was the whole show here for a while. Now he's not the whole show, but he's basically dedicated himself, we're told by Coach Matthews, to the success of the team.
Well, I think that's it. There's no part bigger than the whole, and Don Matthews is going to establish that. If you're going to be part of this team, it's a team. I don't care how we win, but we're going to win. That's all that matters, and that's what we're here for. It doesn't matter whether you get the most recognition or somebody else gets the most recognition. It's a matter of, in the end, what we want to do is go and wear a Grey Cup ring on our finger at the end of the day.
one Grey Cup ring. He overthrew Fairholm that time in the flat, so this will force an Argonaut punt. Vanderchat is back. Johnson, Joseph, and Wilhite back in double safety on the punt return. 3rd down and 4 the situation. Nice punt. Flags all over the place. Johnson Joseph gathers it in at the 30. Returns it almost 20 yards. We'll have to wait and see what the flags were. The flags were dropped right after the kick was made. We'll sort it out. We'll bring you the results after we take time to pay some bills. It's Argos up by 23. He can't be very happy, Dan Kepley, because he thought he had a punt and he thought he had the ball back in decent field position. Instead, Toronto's got a first down. What happened? Well,
Basically, it's just loss of concentration, where sometimes somebody's not in the ball game. You're not mentally in the ball game. Either you know you're supposed to be out there or you're not supposed to be out there. In that case, Ottawa had too many men on the field. Gives the ball back into the hands. First down for Doug Flutie.
That drives coaches, not only special team coaches, but head coaches crazy. That's the type of thing where you turn to your special team coach and you look at him, what's going on here?
Well, and your special team coach looks at the guy here on the sideline, which in this case happens to be your father. And then he goes, hey, Dad, I know he's supposed to be out there. He knows he's supposed to be out there, but we had 2 guys out there. So if one guy runs out there and there's somebody lined up in your spot, okay, my thinking is I'm still an old linebacker. One of you's got to go.
That's
so
right.
Somebody run off the field. That didn't happen. And so you hate in this case because Toronto is not playing that well right now. They're not playing the way Toronto can play. But Ottawa is allowing they just are having an opportunity to get back in the ball game, but they keep shooting themselves in the foot.
Well, you saw that graphic, the road woes for the Ottawa Rough Riders. They don't pull this one out. They'll be 15 in a row away from Lansdowne Park that they've dropped. Flutie trying to look over the defense, lines it out there for Pinball Clemens, and he has his man. Clemens' first reception of the night into Ottawa territory down to the 52-yard line. Here's what makes Flutie so dangerous. He's small, but somehow he gets it done.
Absolutely amazing. He's just Houdini when he gets his hands on the ball. He gets out there. He's being pursued by a couple of defensive linemen. He waits, and he waits till Michael Clemens is able to clear through the zone, get behind the defenders, and then he throws a strike.
Understand that is Clemens' second reception of the evening. One thing remains unchanged. It gives Toronto a first down at the 52-yard line of Ottawa. Under 7 minutes to go in this football game. Flutie, Robert Drummond. Drummond is hit as soon as he caught the ball. Dwayne Knight laid the lumber to him. He'll be short of a first down.
But again, this goes back, a mental mistake. Too many men on the punt return for Ottawa. They had the ball on their own 35, 40-yard line. Now, Toronto has the ball on their 45-yard line.
Argos looking to go 3-1 on the season. Should they hold on to this lead with 6:12 to go in the 4th quarter? Ottawa would drop to 1-3. Clemens bursts through the defensive line. Look at Pinball Clemens go down to the 22-yard line. Oh, this kid is something. It looked like he was swallowed up, man.
Well, how do you think he got his name? That's exactly the way it is. He was given that from a coach, Pinball Clemens. Look at Michael as he comes through the hole. 3 or 4 guys rack him up. Nobody wraps their hands around him. Zizakovic does not lock up. Michael Clemens keeps working his legs, spinning, grinding, pumping, picks up the first down. And the fans here love it because he is a hometown favorite.
Clemens played his college ball at William and Mary in Williamsburg, Virginia. And Clemens did, oh, look at him wriggle away. That's the best 1-yard run of the night. I'll tell you, he was hit for a 3-4-yard loss, and he made something out of nothing.
Dwayne Knight had him stuck for about a 4-yard loss. Dwayne Knight, 6'2", 215. Michael Clemens, 5'6", 170. Go figure. Now watch this. No chance, buddy. I'm not going down. A couple other guys miss him, and as you said, that's the most exciting 1-yard run we've seen tonight.
Actually, let's give Pinball a little credit. He squirmed forward to give him a couple of yards in that play. 2nd down. Fake Back to Clemens. Flutie, lots of room. He may elect to keep it. Over the line, got to go with it. Flutie out of bounds at the 11. And it'll pick up another first down for the Argonauts.
This is a play that they call the Sally Ran, or the naked bootleg. Now you're going to see Swift Birch, the defensive end on one side, come down inside really quickly. Doug Flutie reads that immediately, comes outside all by himself, just runs, and he can make a play. Now when he comes out, he's got the option. He can throw. Receivers know right now when Doug Flutie's got the ball and on a scramble, find an open spot and sit down. If Doug Flutie doesn't find you, he does exactly that. Picks up the first down himself.
Argo's going to the end zone. Touchdown! Flutie has his man, number 88. Mazzotti, Paul Mazzotti. And that should lock it up for the Toronto Argonauts with 4:04 left. A 33-4 lead. 11 yards. Flutie to Mazzotti.
Great individual effort by Mazzotti on that catch.
And the field being littered with little miniature footballs as the fans celebrate.
Ball thrown slightly behind him. Great coverage on the outside by Humphries, who's had an excellent game. Mazzotti just decides it's jump ball time. Let's go up, let's get it, let's fight him for it. And he comes down with the major score.
It's going to take a minute or so to clean up the field. They gave out these little silver miniature footballs. The first 10, 15,000 people here in the stadium. And the ones that are seated near the end zone are getting rid of them. Vanderjagt on to attempt the extra point after the Flutie to Mazzotti touchdown pass. Up and good. And so the Toronto Argonauts take a 34-4 lead.
Look on the outside. Now I want you to watch Paul Mazzotti. He's going to come up, just get to the outside. Humphries does nothing wrong. It is perfect defensive position. Look how he drives him outside, stays with him step for step. Mazzotti just recognizes when the ball is thrown quicker. He's able to make an adjustment to it, comes back, and then he's able to get the jump ball. One more time, goes up high, comes up over the shoulder of Humphries. Great one-handed catch, almost loses the ball, but he's able to squeeze it.
If you're Leonard Humphries, you're saying, hey, man, I played that's pretty good coverage, and the guy still beat me. You just got to tip your helmet when a receiver makes a play like that.
This is a guy who's been around the league for a long time, has lots of smarts. He's actually the oldest as far as number of years with the Argos, with 9.
David Archer on the Ottawa sideline. His helmet is off. Steve Taylor, his backup, I would think he'll be coming in as the Rough Riders made the Argos kickoff. The kickoff goes out of bounds. And Steve Taylor out of Nebraska. Remember him, Cornhusker fans? He looks like he's getting ready to come in to direct the Ottawa Rough Rider attack.
Steve Taylor has made the tour around some of the CFL teams. Started off with the Edmonton Eskimos. Was behind the quarterback who's now the starting quarterback of the Montreal Alouettes, Tracy Ham. Went to Calgary, and guess who? He falls behind Doug Flutie. And he learned a lot there. To his credit, he really did learn a lot. And now he comes in here. He comes to Ottawa. Then he went to Hamilton.
Right.
And then he's traded from Hamilton when Hamilton signs Matt Dunnigan. Now he comes to Ottawa. Maybe looks like he's got a chance to start. Ottawa goes out and signs David Archer. This guy just can't get a break.
Well, he's going to get a chance to show what he can do here late in this ball game. But his team is down by 20. We'll have the re-kick now as Vanderjagt sent it out of bounds. Sideways kick. Wilhite has it at the 19-yard line. Over the 30, 35, up to near the 38-yard line. And now Taylor comes in. Steve Taylor wearing number 3. As David Archer's night is history here at Skydome. Archer on the sidelines talking to the coach as Steve Taylor gets ready to run a series of plays.
We showed a fun earlier about the losing streak that the Ottawa Rough Riders had. Since October of 1990, Ottawa Rough Riders have lost every game outside of the province of Ontario. They've won 17 games at home, 6 in Hamilton, and 2 in Toronto. So they were hoping tonight would be their night to win a football game.
Taylor's first pass is complete, but well short of the first down. Joseph Rogers hauled it in, but only up to the 40-yard line. Be second down about 6. 41. Actually, they moved it up to 42. Second down about 6.
Got a generous spot there on that ball.
Clock ticking. Under 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter from Skydome. Taylor out of the backfield. Hit Reggie Barnes, and Barnes was hit immediately. Still not first down yardage. We'll be back with more from Skydome in a moment.
It starts as a blank ribbon of newsprint. Then it captures the most important business news from around the globe to become the Wall Street Journal. No one looks at the world quite like the Journal. It not only reports the facts, it tells you what they mean and how they'll affect you, your family, your career. Whether it's news from Wall Street, Main Street, Frankfurt, or Tokyo, the Wall Street Journal keeps you on the cutting edge with news and insights on everything that can affect you personally and professionally. And because our readers use its unique power to help them succeed, we do it again every business day. The Wall Street Journal, always relevant, always useful. Subscribe now and have the Journal delivered to your home or office. And with your paid subscription, you'll also receive our free personal finance software to help you make smart decisions. Get 10 weeks of the Journal and the software for only $3.80 a week. Call now, 800-376-2800. That's 800-376-2800 for the Wall Street Journal.
Welcome back to Skydome. Less than 3 minutes to go in this one, and the Toronto Argonauts up by 30. Tom Mees and Dan Kepley with you. It's been an efficient, if not overpowering, performance by Toronto tonight against a team, underdog, Rough Riders from Ottawa.
Well, again, I think that Coach Matthews is going to be upset to a point that he wants and expects his team to go out there once they cross the line and step on the field to play 60 hard minutes every football game. The compliment to the Toronto Argonauts is that they're able to turn it on and turn it off kind of at will against the Ottawa Rough Riders tonight. Maybe in a sense, if they were playing a team that was a better competitive against them tonight and they got behind, maybe that other team isn't going to let them get back in the ball game. So you have to condition yourself to play 60 minutes through every game.
Well, now, really, the motivation for Toronto tonight was this stat you see here. I mean, this is the second time they played here with the roof open. Only the second time. And they lost the first time, so they couldn't lose tonight. Oh, everybody looking for an edge, right? Lamley with a beautiful punt sends Cunningham inside his 15 to the 13. A lot of room to his right. A lot of speed, but oh, what a nice tackle from behind by Sammy Brennan. He got a hold of the collar, Mr. Cunningham, and said, hey, you're going nowhere, fella.
Great special teams coverage down there. All that is just heart and desire to go down there and make it happen. Well, you talk about teams looking for a little edge. Ottawa could have had an edge on this. We talked about their losing streak. Looks like it's going to go to 15 games now. The last road victory that they had was in September of 1994, and it was right here in the Skydome against Toronto.
New quarterback for the Argos, Markel Fleetwood. He's out of the University of Minnesota, 6 foot, 190-pounder. Out of Atlanta, Georgia. The former Golden Gopher takes over for Doug Flutie, hands off to Robert Drummond. And Drummond is brought down to 27 as flags fly. Having a hold of him was big 98 Zizakovic, and he might have had a hold of more than the shoulder pad.
Yeah, I think he reached around and grabbed a hold of the face mask.
Major foul, face mask, Ottawa number 98. First down.
And that'll give the Argonauts a first down as they march it all the way up to the 42-yard line. See if we can detect. Oh, yeah.
Right there with the left hand up around Drummond's face mask. Knight comes in there, tries to clean up. Markel Fleetwood, another ex-Ottawa Rough Rider who's playing for the Toronto Argonauts. 94 played with Ottawa. 95 he was with the Frankfurt Galaxy, the WLAF.
Fleetwood from the shotgun. Fakes it to Drummond. He'll take off himself. Got some speed. Markel Fleetwood up to the 50-yard line, knocked out of bounds by Dwayne Knight.
Dwayne Knight's been all over this field, single-handedly trying to play this defense himself, he looks like, covering a lot of ground. And that's hard to do in the fourth quarter. You've been playing that much, and you've got a fresh quarterback who comes off the sideline, and that's his first run.
It's got to be hard.